Hi everyone, this is Lights and Gear with another flashlight review, and today I have one of the latest from the folks at Wuben, who have been releasing some very interesting lights over the past year or so, and this is certainly no exception. Today we're going to be showing you the Wuben X3. It's of a square shape, as some of their recent flashlights have been, and this is a wonderful little EDC light which has some great features. One of them being, as you can see right here, is it uses two LEDs. One is white and one is red, both working entirely independently of each other. So we'll take a look at the manual here in due course, but I can give you a preview here right on the back of the box, as it gives you the outputs on the back, which happens to be low, medium, high, and turbo they throw in there as well with 700 lumens, but for a limited time. I'll explain that as we go along. And strobe and SOS. And the red LED has its own set of outputs, which are low and high. But it is a very unique light with some great little features. So let's open or reopen the box again. And the flashlight is right here, only about 3 inches long and about an inch or so thick. There's a pocket clip on the back which is extremely sturdy. It's screwed right in here, so there's no reason to have to try to remove it. It's also flat with the shape of the light, so it won't get in the way of anything at all, but it will attach extremely well to the bill of a cap, or obviously your pant pocket or anything of that nature. It has some great features. One of them being that the base here is magnetic, so these two posts on the bottom will affix to anything metal, so you can work on, underside of a car or anything of that nature. So as you can see, it will affix itself to a metal surface. So as you look around the light, you'll see some interesting things which offhand you might not know what they are. This being a digital OLED display. This is the power switch right here, and it's very textural, I guess, and is rather even easy to find in the dark. And I'm not sure exactly, well, the battery is self-contained. So, I mean, basically, this is the battery is inside the light, so it is non-replaceable. So for some that may be an issue, that if it ever breaks for any reason. However, Wuben does have a warranty on the product, that if you can send it back to them and they will look to fix it or replace it. But in any regard, the battery is non-removable and obviously rechargeable. It can be charged in a couple of different ways, which I'll explain. But it can also be charged wirelessly. So if you have a wireless charging pad or something like that, you can charge the light that way. So as I mentioned, this is the display. This is the switch. Here are your LEDs right here. And to get it to illuminate, just press the button once and turn it off again. Press it once. Instant light. Press it again and it turns off. If you happen to notice there, when you do turn it on, you get the beam right here, and you also get this internal blue light on either side. Now, this flashlight does come in 3 or 4 colors, so wherever you happen to look for it to purchase, whether it's on Amazon Prime or whatever, it will give you an option of different colors. So I'm not sure how the blue light here, or the internal light, operates with different colors of the light, but probably much the same, I would think, as it does with this one. Now, in case you haven't noticed, here is the display that you see when you turn the light on, and this is rather handy. It shows here the lumens, which the light is putting out. Over here in the upper corner, it shows what level you're on, and of course right here is the battery, so that'll show you the strength or the capacity, or it'll show you what the battery's up to at any time at all, and the display remains on the whole time that the light is on. Click it off and there you go. So to cycle through the modes, of course you'd press the button here, and there you go right there with the low, medium, and the high. And as you can see, low at 1 lumen, and then medium at 50, and high at 150. And then if you double press, you'll get the turbo mode at 700 lumens. The turbo will remain on for about 30 seconds or so. So unfortunately you don't get that extremely bright burst of light for too long, as it immediately starts to dim a few seconds after it comes on. So it's bright, it's nice and bright for a short burst, but that's pretty much all you can count on it for. Obviously you can turn the light off and turn it back on again, but again you will only have limited use out of it. It does start to get reasonably warm after it's been on for a couple of minutes. As I put my hand here over the head, it does feel warm. So those are your modes. Now if I turn it off and then do a holding press, this is when you get your red LED, and here are your modes right here, low and high. So that's 1 lumen and 80 lumens on the red LED. Let me get back to the low. There you go. So I can more or less point this at the camera on the low mode. And red does nicely. I mean, you know, it does as you would assume it would do as a red beam. I don't know how well you can see this in the camera, but it has a nice formed beam on it. And in a couple of outdoor pictures I took, you can sort of get a handle on this a little bit better. But in the high mode, of course, it's pretty bright with a sort of a red center spot on it right there. So it's pretty darn bright. The manual actually claims that on high, the red beam will diminish after a short period of time. Much like the turbo mode, I think it claims to only last less than a minute. But actually I timed it for a good 5 minutes solid, and there was no diminishing at all. I wouldn't expect it would really diminish, because 80 lumens is not really putting a terrible strain on the light, I wouldn't imagine. But in any regard, I think you'll be able to count on the red beam for whatever use you might have of it for a good reasonable amount of time. So let's see, we've talked about most of the features of it, but did you know that the head actually moves? So you can have the LEDs coming out the top or the front. Another strange thing is the manual doesn't even mention this or explain that it even does that, and it took me a while to figure out how it does it. But basically you want to grab it right here at the side and pull down, and there you go. The head has now moved around and is now facing front. So you can set it down, and of course with a magnetic base you can set it on something magnetic and then have it project forward, or of course turn it around like I had before and shine upward. And you can also do something like this for whatever you might need to do, like you can stop it halfway in the middle, and of course it'll still work in any type of position you have it pointed at there. So you can think of any multiple different ways, I suppose, of illuminating something and having it either sitting on the table or magnetically being held magnetically to something. But anyway, it's one of its more unique features is the ability to change the direction of the beam. And again, there's your blue light. Now, with a couple of clicks, you can perform other functions. First of all, the turbo mode is accessible from a double click, whether it's on or off, like that. The SOS and the strobe come with 3 clicks, so 1, 2, 3, and there is strobe. 1, 2, 3, and there is SOS. Now you can also turn off this blue light as well. You can click it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, if I turn it on, there is no blue light. So you can disable that permanently if you want by clicking 5 times. I kind of like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it's back. There's also a lockout, so you can make sure that it won't turn on in your pocket with the tiny button here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a lock appears. So click it 4 times and you get your lock in the display. Now when I click it, nothing happens except the lock appears. So 4 clicks again, and it's back into regular operation. So anyway, I haven't even shown you the other accessory in the box. So this is it comes in a basic version and sort of a deluxe advanced version. This happens to be the deluxe version, and included in the package of the deluxe version is this little item, which is actually a charging box. Now if you get the basic version, it comes with another means of charging it in the form of a little square plate. So with that, you would sit the flashlight down in the plate that it comes with, and there'll be a USB cable which will attach to the plate, and that will charge the battery. But with the box, it has another advantage. So first of all, just pull that open like this, and right here, when you pull the little flap away, you get a USB input right there. And this little button here, it kind of just tells you, because this box is chargeable. So right now when I press that button, it's basically telling me that this box is holding a good charge, because you can charge the box and then place the flashlight in the box, and the flashlight will charge wirelessly in the box or via a USB cable. Now the other accessory in the package is this, which doubles as a lanyard, as you can see here, attached to a keychain, etc., or to your hand. And this button here releases these to be 2 USB ports. And then hidden, let me see, okay, hidden in the top part of the clip right here, this more or less is kind of like a USB port right here. If I attach this port in here and then yank it, it'll pull out this charging port, which is like an Apple adapter. So that's kind of like a hidden little tool in there. And this fits back inside the key ring. And then if you want to use it as a lanyard, these go back in here just like that. So here's what I mean about the light charging in the box. So if you plug the box in, if you attach the box via the USB, this indicator here will be red, and then when charging is complete, it'll turn blue. But you can put the light inside the box like that and see what's happening. The light is charging in the box without anything connected to it, so wirelessly charging. And as you can see, the display there says the battery is at 50%. Now the light also works while it's charging, and if you shut the box there and then turn it on, you'll get the light that way, and it'll be like a diffused light. So if you like diffused flashlights, you can set this down, obviously, and use it that way. At this time, we're going to do what we normally do and head outside and actually see what the beam looks like in the darkness of the night. So follow me out there. Okay, hope you enjoyed the night shots, but we also haven't, of course, seen what it does indoors as of yet. So let me just run through it quickly here. So here's the low mode. Actually, let me turn the face around here so it's easier to see on the wall, easier to see in general. So here's the low mode, and of course there's the beam in front of me there. So this is low, and to press and hold, I'll go to medium, and then to press and hold again, here's high. And then double click, and here's turbo. One click to turn it off. Now if I press and hold again, of course, I'll get the red beam, and there you go, on high with a red beam. So, and of course mode memory will always return to the last mode. So there you have it. That is your personal up-close view of the Wuben X3, which I think has a lot of very unique features on it. You could almost say it's like two flashlights in one, having the front facing beam or the top facing beam, and the ability to go back and forth, and its flexibility in so many different ways. Now at my written review at lightsandgear.com, you can of course check it out, and there'll be additional beam shots there, indoors and out. Plus of course you can purchase one in the link below this video or within my written review at lightsandgear.com. But I think it's a very nice little light. It certainly has a lot of great possibilities, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know below and we'll take it from there. But the Wuben X3 is something I think a lot of people will be interested in for a lot of different reasons. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.